Vaqueros are riding a 5-game winning streak as they enter Wolverine country here in Orem, Utah. Can UVU snap the streak and close the gap on second place in the WAC standings? Find out next on UVU TV. Welcome in to the Lockhart Arena for a pivotal conference matchup between the Wolverines and Vaqueros. The Wolverines are tied for third in WAC standings right now, right behind the second place Vaqueros of UTRGV. Hello, I'm Matthew Biamonte, and I'm joined by Kyle Bruderer. The Vaqueros have won 3 straight conference road games. What's working for them?
Their defense. They're the best defensive team in the conference. They hold their opponent to 58 points per game. So that's going to be an issue for Utah Valley. Utah Valley needs to score the ball a lot more. You also have to keep an eye out for Madison Northcott, who has actually upped her offensive performance with her rebounding. She averages over 11 points per game, over 8 rebounds per game too. So the Wolverines have got their hands full today. Shifting gears now to those Wolverines.
Yes. Who's a player we should keep an eye on for them?
Jordan Holland. She's been the most consistent player for the Wolverines all season long, gradually improving. Still got another year after this, but you know, averaging nearly a double-double. She put up 19 points against this team in their last meeting, so Jordan Holland all the way.
The first meeting between these two teams was a thrilling 57-55 victory for the Wolverines down at UTRGV.
You know, it was an interesting matchup for sure because the Vaqueros led for all but 5 minutes of that entire game. They took care of business at home for the most part, and they out-rebounded the Wolverines by 12. So the fact that the Wolverines were able to escape with the win was just gigantic. As I said before, Jordan Holland, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 of 8 from the free throw line.
Yep.
That is just huge. I can't emphasize that enough. Alexis Cortez also had a massive scoring performance with 17 points. She was 6 of 10 from the field and hit 4 humongous threes, including this one right here to put the Wolverines ahead. And then right afterwards, the Vaqueros knocked down a clutch three-pointer with under a minute to play, but the hero of the day, Jordan Holland, catches the inbound and is able to score at the buzzer. The heartbreaking loss for UTRGV, so I'm excited to see what we have today.
If that game is any indication of what we're going to see here, we are in for a treat on UVU TV. Up next, the tip and the starters. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
I decided to go to college to further my education and define my purpose in the world and be a part of something much bigger than myself.
I wanted to set up the best possible future for myself, both academically and athletically. I try to learn from everyone, whether that be professors, my teammates, or other student athletes.
I try to see everyone as an opportunity to learn. Everyone has a story to tell, and I think there's a moral and something you can learn from it.
Moments away from a pivotal conference matchup between UTRGV and Utah Valley here in the Lockhart Arena in Orem, Utah, on the campus of Utah Valley. We're going to get to the starting lineups and then, of course, the opening tip, which is just moments away. We'll start with the Wolverines starting lineup.
You know, first starting at guard, you have Maria Carvalho. Also starting at guard alongside her is number 20, Alexis Cortez. Starting at guard as well, number 23, Madison Grange. And then the 2 forwards starting is number 14, Eve Brassless. And then, of course, Jordan Holland, number 35, who was the hero of the last matchup with that buzzer-beating victory.
Now for the Vaqueros, starting at guard number 1, Amara Graham. Also at guard number 4, Adele Turk. Also at guard number 5, Jamaica Dowell. At forward number 32, Madison Northcutt. And rounding out the starting lineups, number 34, a forward, Megan Johnson. They're led by Lane Lord, first-year head coach for the Vaqueros.
And I did have to mention Kathy Nixon as the head coach for Utah Valley in her 23rd season.
There's Lane Lord, 14-10 record, not bad in his first stint as the head coach for UTRGV. And as you mentioned, there's Coach Nixon, the longest tenured coach here at Utah Valley. Winning record throughout her career here for the Wolverines, and she's done a tremendous job.
Been here since before it was Division I, when they were an independent, a couple different conferences. She has been around the college hoops block, if you will. Out on the court, the orange jerseys for UTRGV. Utah Valley sporting their gray jerseys with the white numbers and some green trim, rocking the pink socks, as it is the Pink for a Purpose game. The Wolverines control the tip. A body hits the floor, and Grange thought about the three, but wisely went back out to Maria.
Grange, the quintessential 3-and-D player for Coach Nixon. So good at hitting the corner threes, and then she's a lockdown defender.
Grange sweeps inside. Not a shot that we see very often from her. It came up a little bit strong. Now the Vaqueros with a chance to score first.
There's that Wolverine defensive zone that they're so good at, making it difficult. They always get the offensive team late into the shot clock.
Holland able to pick up her defender, forces the miss, and Eve Brassless comes up with the rebound. Carvalho has Brassless, but couldn't get it into her.
Cortez, as you mentioned in the pregame, that big game on the road with 17.
Carvalho took a bump, no call. It's always so interesting. You don't know what kind of officiating you're going to get. Sometimes it's just really ticky-tacky, and other times they let them play. So not quite sure what we're going to get today. Three on the way is good for number 4, Turk, who has been the leading scorer for the Vaqueros all season. She's not quite at the top in conference play. Northcutt has gone up by about a point, but Turk can score in bunches.
Turk only had 6 points in their first meeting. The Wolverines defense did a great job of kind of shutting her down. And good if you're a Vaquero fan to see her get that first bucket.
Beautiful pick and pop. Almost, take it a pass off the glass to yourself, if you will, because she didn't come close to the rim, but padding the stats and getting the easy bucket was Eve Brassless.
She's so good at hitting the offensive glass. She averages over 6 rebounds a game, one of the better rebounders on the team.
Turk again, 2 quick threes.
Tying her point performance from their first meeting with 6 early ones here in the first quarter.
Not a good sign for Utah Valley. Can't leave her open. Clearly able to knock down the open shot, and both looks were pretty open. Jordan Holland, free throw jumper, that's good.
Nice to see Jordan Holland get that first bucket to go. You just see an extra step from Jordan Holland when she gets on the board early. Kind of gets her settled into the game, and that's exactly what the Wolverines need.
Turk gets double teamed really quick. Utah Valley didn't want to give her another 3. The Wolverine zone, not quite as quick as we're used to seeing, but they're able to close out a little bit better. High post, jump stop, could have been a travel, I don't know about that, but able to score was Johnson. The Vaqueros go up 8-4.
5'10" forward from Newcastle, Australia. I thought that was a great post move to get around the defender and get to the rim.
Cortez, the mismatch, able to turn and score.
A lot of points here in the first 4 minutes of this game. On Thursday morning, the Wolverines hosted first place New Mexico State, and there was not a lot of scoring in those first 5 minutes.
No foul call. There was so much contact right there. We may be seeing the type of officiating where they just let them play. Another 3 on the way. This one's no good, but the offensive rebound goes back out to Graham. Matt, you were talking about the low-scoring affair. If you go back to the last time these two teams played each other, they were only 12 to 15 points a quarter, and we're already 8-6 with 6 minutes left in the first quarter.
And I think the high-scoring game favors the Wolverines. As we mentioned in the opener, the Vaqueros, they like to play in low-scoring games. They're the best defense in the conference. They want to keep it below 60, and the Wolverines, they're capable of putting up 75 to 80 points, and if that happens, that favors the home team.
Mid-range jumper is up and good for number 34, Johnson. She's up to 4 points.
Vaqueros, 67% shooting to start this game on the road. You never know what you're going to get when you go on the road in terms of shooting percentage. You're in an unfamiliar territory, but UTRGV adjusting.
Holland tried to reverse it, came up a little too strong, but the Wolverines with another opportunity.
Good decision there by Carvalho not to turn it over and wait until Holland established herself. That's something this Wolverine team has got to be wary of, is the turnovers, as you see their first turnover right there. And those are the kind of turnovers you want to avoid, the unforced turnovers. Sometimes defenders and defensive teams, they make good plays, and you got to tip your cap to them. But in that situation, you hope that you can limit those kind of turnovers to as few as possible.
Sophia Jacobson has checked in for Utah Valley. A couple more subs coming in. Grange will check in as well. Malu Fau into the game too. Sophia Jacobson put in some high-quality minutes for Utah Valley against New Mexico State in their last matchup.
She was the catalyst. They were down 18 to start the fourth quarter, the Wolverines were, and they got it all the way down to 4, and it was Jacobson running the point during that big 12-0 run that brought them back into it. She is really good at scoring, but also great at the pick and roll.
Huggins tries to sneak in and is fouled on the putback. Quinn Huggins, familiar to the Wolverines and to this gym, as she did play for Utah Valley for a season. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network and UVU TV. We'll be right back.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Adrenaline, passion, triumph. Moments that'll never be forgotten. The 2019 WAC basketball tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, March 13th through the 16th. Be a part of the madness. Get your tickets now at 801-863-7474 or at gouvu.com.
Welcome back inside the Lockhart Arena. I'm Kyle Bruder with Matthew Biamonte. Let's take a quick peek at the WAC standings. New Mexico State only one loss in conference play at the top of the pack, and then you have UTRGV at 8-3, California Baptist 6-4, and the Wolverines at 6-4. Three teams sitting at 6-4, so that battle for the third spot is it's basically gonna be a bloodbath over the next few games for each team. So third place could really go to anybody. Second place could go to anybody as well at this point.
And the Wolverines control their own destiny. They have the game right now against UTRGV, and then upcoming down the road, they go at UMKC, huge game for the Wolverines,
right,
and then at home for their final home game on March 2nd against California Baptist. So if they take care of those three games, they're in great position to be a 2 or 3 seed in the conference tournament.
Quinn Huggins knocks down the free throws, giving the Vaqueros their largest lead today, 12-6, with under 5 to play in the first quarter.
And they've led the whole way.
Jacobson, she'll jab step, has such a quick first step. 10 on the shot clock. Jacobson way out by the midcourt line.
I love the pairing of Malofau and Jacobson in the pick and roll. But Malofau can pick and pop, shoot the three as well.
Jacobson's going to have to shoot. She scoops it up way too hard. And the Vaqueros with a chance to open up the lead a little bit more.
Jordan Holland getting ready to check in for the Wolverines. And the Vaqueros defense has done a nice job of making it difficult for the Wolverines to find quality looks.
And an arid pass is going to go back to Utah Valley. Huggins couldn't hold on to the basketball.
First turnover for UTRGV. It's been a really clean first 6 minutes here in Orem, Utah. Only 2 combined turnovers. And 2 personal fouls.
Jacobson, she'll skip it on over. Brassless has a lane, she'll reverse it.
Eve Brassless is tremendous at finishing around the basket. She can score with both hands. She's got the floater. She's got the reverse layup. She is going to be an all-time great here at UVU.
An open 3 is on the way, no good. And the rebound goes back to UTRGV, but it's stripped away. Brassless. Now Jacobson tries to sneak in the little pocket pass, but there was just way too much traffic.
It was late. The pass was a little late. And sometimes in those situations, you got to realize as there's a foul on the Wolverines, it's 2-on-2. There's not really a fast break. You just got to pull it out.
Take a look at that last play from Brassless, the crafty reverse. You see her drive the baseline a lot, but she has a tendency to try and kick it out, when in reality, she could do that pretty frequently, so I'm glad she did it that time.
You really don't know what she's going to do, and that's what makes her a special player, is she's so hard to predict. Not many power forwards in this conference who can run the fast break, finish at the rim, rebound at a high rate. She's phenomenal. Great freshman season for Brassless.
Turk, another look. Oh, barely rattles out. That would have been painful for the Wolverines. They nearly took another one. She's knocked down 2 already today. This one drops, though. The 3 is good for Tramble.
The three-point shooting is killing the Wolverines here in the first quarter.
Holland with the drop step, couldn't connect. And another rebound, this time for Madison Northcutt.
Another 3. Oh, man, it is raining three-pointers here at Orem for UTRGV. They are 4 of 7 from downtown.
18-8, largest lead of the day for either team.
The defense from the Vaqueros is smothering. Just no quality opportunities right now.
And another turnover. But a back-to-back turnover. Carvalho comes up with the steal.
I like what she's doing here. Get into the offense early.
Grange, can she answer with a 3 of her own? No.
Good, great look, though. That's what the Wolverines need to focus on getting offensively, are the open opportunities.
High post. The shot is short. Cortez with the rebound. Cortez, she fakes the 3. Oh my heavens, the behind the back pass. Woo!
A little sizzle from Cortez there. I thought she was gonna take it all the way and finish at the rim. But the beautiful pass gets Brassless to the free throw line. And what I like here for the Wolverines is a little stoppage in play as you see Cortez drive in, and right behind the back, beautiful dish to Brassless, and then the awareness from Eve to just go up with it and draw the foul. Major substitutions coming for UTRGV. We'll get to that in a moment, but what I like about this free throw trip for the Wolverines, a chance to just catch their breath, settle down. I know that UTRGV is pushing the pace, and now you make a free throw, cut the lead to single digits. You got a sub coming with Josie Williams, and just settle down and get back to your style of play. For UTRGV, we're going to see Michaela Mosley. Megan Johnson is back. Amara Graham is back. Turk is still in there. And we're also going to see Nichelle Hyman.
Another 3.
That one
when it rains, it pours.
That one was Hyman. They have made 5 three-pointers. The Wolverines have yet to take a three-point field goal. That's the difference.
They did take the 1. Grange wasn't able to connect on that one, but
I'm not sure if they gave her the 3. I think their foot might have been on the line, but either way, there's a big disparity from the three-point line right now.
Carvalho able to sneak around the defenders. A lot of dribbling, but she's able to score. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Utah Valley down 21-11.
Huge first quarter for UTRGV.
Josie Williams back in for Utah Valley. And another three. Again! It won't stop.
6 for 9, from downtown for the Vaqueros. If this pace continues, there's nothing the Wolverines can do.
No.
We've got a loose ball foul here in the meantime on Michaela Mosley. There's the three-pointer. Great screen to get her open, and nothing but the bottom of the net. Right now, obviously the shooting is going in favor of UTRGV. 62% shooting for the Vaqueros. They're just getting better looks.
Yeah, they're getting great looks. The closeout has just been a little too slow for Utah Valley. So if they want to get some high-quality contests on those shots, they gotta pick it up. Carvalho throws it, just kind of lost it. Was able to get through the defenders, and there were no Wolverines anywhere to be found.
Double dribble there on UTRGV. That'll be only their second turnover of the quarter, and now an opportunity for the Wolverines to maybe get a three-point attempt if they can advance the ball quickly. One thing I'm noticing, Kyle, offensively, there's just too much dribbling by the Wolverines right now. More passing is necessary.
The pass into Jordan Holland, and she's going to turn and shoot. Comes up a little bit short.
Good look. Wolverines have got a lot of work to do, down 13 at home as the Vaqueros shoot a blistering 62% from the field. They were 8 of 13 from downtown. The Wolverines defense, it's just got to be sharper, got to be crisper going into the second quarter. Be back in a moment here on UVU TV.
I hate math. I can't count how many times I've heard people say that. And as a math teacher, I take it personally. So, while working on my master's at UVU, I developed ways to help kids not hate math. Does engaged learning make a difference? You do the math.
Eyes on me! I'm Mark Pope, coach of the UVU men's basketball team. I want to thank Carlos Iglesias and Ken Garf Volkswagen for being a great friend of Utah Valley University athletics, basketball, volleyball, and everything else.
Thanks, Coach. We're proud to support a great program like Utah Valley University Sports. We wish the Wolverines a fantastic season.
You can thank Carlos, too, by visiting their new dealership today, Ken Garf Volkswagen. We hear you.
UTRGV on a 12-2 run over the last 3 minutes, put them up big, 24-11. And you got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff as well as the players who have been around for a while. 11 returning players from last season's, 2 JUCO transfers and 1 Division II transfer. So a lot of experience on this Vaquero squad.
We sit really close to UTRGV's bench, and I had a chance to listen to Lane Lord, and he mentioned to his players, and I agree with him, that was the best quarter he thinks they've played all season long. They shot the ball well, but what precedes good shooting is good execution and good passing, and they're getting quality looks, and credit to them, they're making them count.
Turk picked up early. The Wolverines coming out a little bit further because it's been the three that's been killing them.
That's the difference, and it's plus 18. In favor of UTRGV. 18 of their 24 points are from behind the three-point line. Great defense here from UVU. 5 on the shot clock.
And Braslis with a big block on Turk. Then the steal and the foul. That is exactly how you want to start the second quarter if you're the Wolverines.
That was phenomenal. The best energy we've seen all game from the Wolverines defense. Braslis closing out on the shooter. You'll see it right here. The blocked shot. And then Carvalho with the help. And she's in the right place at the right time for the turnover. Great job, Utah Valley.
Now the Wolverines, they did get the stop, but they need to start scoring the basketball. Can they get a quality look? The pass inside to Braslis. They get a quality look right there.
E. Braslis with a nice finish, and most importantly in that possession, good passing. Sometimes the Wolverines will get caught just dribbling at the top of the key, but there was great ball movement that led to the layup.
Northcott had nowhere to go. The closeout has just been so much better. Some contact there, but no whistle. Williams comes out to try and alter the shot, but a great bucket by, looks like Graham was able to knock that one down.
And that was a phenomenal job by her to go over the block of Josie Williams, who's 6'5".
Not easy to do.
Great finish by Graham.
Brassless into Josie. Josie turns, fires, and the foul.
Love the energy that you feel from this team here in the second quarter. Whatever Coach Nixon said to them in the break has got them fired up. And I love the pass, the pump fake, and then you have the lane to Williams. And credit to her, no hesitation, went straight up, drew the foul, and one opportunity.
She's also a very good free throw shooter as well. I shouldn't have said that before she shot. I hope that I don't jinx her. Okay, good. Didn't matter. She knocked it down anyways.
75% free throw shooter is Williams. She is going to be a force at that center position for the Wolverines. Only a freshman. A lot of freshmen on this Wolverine team. And that is really a testament, Kyle, to Coach Nixon and the staff for their recruiting and, more importantly, development.
Yes.
That you can take a group of young freshmen. I mean, if you look on the floor right now, Williams, Brassless, Grange, and Carvalho, there were 4 freshmen on the floor until Cortez was subbed back in. And they are battling for second place in the conference standings. That is just outstanding stuff.
Yeah, they've turned a lot of heads in the conference. No one expected them to be in the position they're in. They started out 4-0 in the WAC. So
they were picked to finish in the bottom 3 of the conference. And they're in the top 3 right now. Can't give enough credit to Coach Nixon and the staff.
Williams gets the block. Carvalho able to track it down.
Got to move the basketball. Nice pass there to Cortez. Swing it around. Love the offense that we're seeing here.
Williams gets the pass. Another easy bucket for Williams. They don't have an answer for her right now.
5 points here in the second quarter. It's a little 5-0 run by Josie Williams, and just like that, game is back into single digits, and it's all because of the Wolverines' defensive energy, forcing turnovers. They've really changed the game on that end of the floor.
Dowell picked up, goes right at Williams with a monster block. Oh, man. Who's this foul on? Are they going to call that on Josie?
No.
Okay.
The foul was definitely on Jamaica Dowell, who just plowed over Josie Williams after the block shot. And you got to remember, especially, here's the replay in the arena. Sorry for
she
you
got
at home.
dragged down after that.
Josie Williams has been the difference here in the second, and we might have a review for a flagrant foul. Here's a look on the replay. There's the drive by Dowell. Gets blocked, drags.
I don't know if that's a flagrant foul. She did kind of pull her down a little bit, but
you got to remember, though, the wording when it comes to a flagrant foul, it's not just doing anything aggressive or hitting someone in the head. It's any unnecessary non-basketball play, and it's dragging a player to the ground, a basketball play.
No, it's definitely not.
So under that definition, I think this could be a flagrant foul. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't, there was no harm intended.
Yeah.
But it's not a basketball play, Kyle.
No, you're right. Let's take one more look at it.
This is the best look we're going to get.
That one was not in favor of UTRGV right there. That one was a little bit more of a pull down. Yeah, you can see Josie Williams' face like, hold up, who was the foul on? I'm glad they didn't call it on her because it was a great block, and she just took the brunt force of it. The officials still reviewing it, and can't talk enough about Williams. Williams has come in with 5 points, 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, with that 1 rebound as well. So, Williams could be the difference maker. She is right now, but she could be the ultimate difference maker in the outcome of today's game. The officials are still talking it over. Hopefully we'll get an answer to that soon. But as of right now, your score is 18-26. The Wolverines went down by 10 not too long ago, but they've been really cranking it up. They've gone on an 8-0 run. Looks like the officials are bringing the coaches to the center. Matt, were you able to hear anything? Not yet. We're still waiting.
I believe this is going to be a flagrant or a technical. I just heard the word excessive. And so the official is explaining to Coach Lane Lord right now, there was a block shot, and then it was Jamaica Dow who dragged Josie Williams to the ground. It is going to result in free throws for the Wolverines. I think this is the right call, because you got to remember, when it comes to this situation, it's not just, like I mentioned a moment ago, it's not just hitting someone in the head or doing something crazy. It's just a non-basketball play.
Yeah.
And when you drag someone to the ground, it's not a basketball play. It's the correct call by the officials. And Maria Carvalho is going to shoot the free throws. And I also want to reiterate, it wasn't a malicious play.
No, it wasn't
by
dirty
Jamaica
by
Dow.
any means.
No.
I think she was coming down and held on for dear life and dragged Josie down with her.
And that happens, and it's free throws for the Wolverines. And we really need to credit the officials for going to the monitor, reviewing the play, conversing, bringing the coaches in together. I thought that was a great job by the officials to get the call right. And Josie Williams, man, she has been the difference here in the second quarter. Phenomenal stuff. I'd go right back to her. They're going to try and establish Williams on the low block.
Carvalho takes the three. We don't see her fire those up. The offensive rebound by Grange gives a quality look to Holland. Unable to connect on the three, though. Can't be mad at the possession.
No, that was great stuff. The energy for the Wolverines is exactly where it needs to be. And let's not forget, just 2 short days ago, they came down from 18 to cut it to 4 against the best team in the conference. So there's really no deficit that's too large for this Wolverine team.
Northcott, in the meantime, a little step through over Josie Williams. Great play by her. Northcutt, that's only her first bucket today.
The Wolverines all season long, as they go back to Josie Williams, a force. She is getting hammered down low.
If you look at the replay, she kind of took an extra swipe after that, because she kind of apologized for it. Like, you see that I think she didn't realize the play was called dead. But now it looks like they're going to review this one too.
So it's the second swing here by Northcutt.
And then she kind of, you might have to call that if you're the official, you know? And that was the play by Northcutt right before that, where she was able to score. It was a nice play.
I think this one is a lot more in the gray area than the first one. The first one to me seemed pretty clear. It was a non-basketball play. This one, you can make the case it was unintentional, but then you two have to come back to the,
it's like she took a swipe. It may have, I mean, she was trying to defend, but at the same time, the whistle had been blown. Like, the foul had been called, and then the swipe took place after the fact. So even though it wasn't I don't know. I wonder what the officials are going to do about it, because they're still reviewing it.
And something that I love that the officials do, you're not able to see it on camera right now for those of you at home, but 2 officials take a look, and then one of them leaves, and then another one comes in to take a look, and then they talk afterwards. Here's the replay again. Clearly a foul on the arm right there, and then what's being reviewed is that.
Then, yeah, like that's
that second look. And I know that she's saying it's unintentional, but it doesn't matter. The intent doesn't matter.
It's like she hit her in the face, ultimately. Like, and that's where it's like you want to protect the player. So,
and both of these reviews, I think, are favoring the Wolverines because they're getting an opportunity to adjust to what the Vaqueros did in the first quarter.
Yeah.
The Vaqueros, they were in a rhythm. They were running up and down, shooting threes. The second quarter, it's been all Wolverines. They're outscoring UTRGV 9-4, and we may potentially have another flagrant foul situation where the Wolverines are going to get maybe 2 technical free throws, and then
the ball.
And then, the fouls for Josie Williams,
oh, yes,
who was fouled on the shot.
Right. So 3 free throws potentially coming.
4 free throws potentially.
Yeah, she didn't make the shot. Okay, yeah.
So there's Coach Lane Lord, and there's just nothing you can do in these situations if you're UTRGV. The game happens, and the fact that the coaches are meeting at center court makes me believe that this is a flagrant situation. So I could be wrong, but typically when the official brings both coaches in, and you see there Lane Lord kind of shaking his head, this definitely is going to be a 4 free throw situation for the Wolverines. So I think Coach Nixon is going to be able to choose the shooter for the first 2, and then Josie Williams will shoot 2. And
so yeah, you got that foul on the shooting arm right there. Then the whistle, and then she gets smacked in the face over the shoulder. So again, you can tell, like, I don't think she did it in, like, she feels bad about it for sure, but at the same time, as an official, you got to call that.
Yeah, it's an easy call because, again, coming back to that wording that we used during the first review, it's not a basketball play. When you hit someone in the face, it was certainly an accident, but that's just the rules of the game. And so now Josie Williams is going to shoot all 4 free throws. I love the decision from Coach Nixon to put the ball in the hands of the hot player.
That's 2 personals, 2 team fouls. Right now she's shooting the call.
First free throw is up and good. Unfazed by all of the contact she's been receiving in such a short period of time. Second technical free throw is no good, but I think she is headed back to the free throw. No.
Oh, no.
So those, I think, were on the shot.
You're right.
That's very interesting.
So, yeah, it might be a 2-shot and the ball situation, meaning she took the 2 free throws for the foul. They're going to take the 2 flagrant free throws now, and then the Wolverines will get the basketball.
Right. That's what it seems like, for sure.
2 of 4 for the Wolverines, and now they will get the basketball side out for Utah Valley. And if they're able to get a bucket here, that could really swing things in favor of the Wolverines. They've cut the lead to 6.
They're looking for Josie again.
Love the decision, because if they're going to double Josie down low, it's going to open shooters on the perimeter. So everything needs to be heading in Josie Williams' direction.
And the shot clock on the Wolverines side has been turned off. They had an issue with this against New Mexico State in the last game. So they're counting down. Williams is going to have to shoot.
That pick and roll situation needed to come 8 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
There was just too much time wasted at the top of the key with Carvalho waiting for that screen. Great defensive sequence from UTRGV after the unfortunate 4 free throw situation.
Exactly.
You never know how a team's going to respond in those moments, and we're seeing good things from UTRGV.
Huggins has a look from 3. She knocks it down. The threes keep coming from UTRGV. Huggins with 8 points. Cortez goes at her defender. She scores with the foul.
Great drive there from Cortez. And you've seen the Wolverines today have their most success with early offense. Here's the replay. Cortez, she had Williams coming, but threw it up, drew the foul, got the bucket. And if I'm Coach Nixon and the Wolverines, my offense has got to be fast. We got to get into it quick, because the half-court defense by UTRGV is so suffocating, it's hard to get a good look. The good look opportunities are coming early in the shot clock.
Yeah. Shot clock is now working again. They do have 2 of them, actually. There's one out by the baseline on this other side as a backup. But a couple of subs just came in. Vai Malufau as well as Kiana De Los Santos have checked in for the Wolverines.
6-point game again. 14-7 advantage here in the second for the Wolverines.
Huggins again. This one's no good, but the offensive long rebound goes back out to Johnson.
Another 3. We've got a reaching foul on Kiana De Los Santos, and the rebounding for UTRGV has kept them alive here in the second quarter. They're up to 5 offensive rebounds.
They out-rebounded the Wolverines by 12 in their last matchup, so it's no surprise there. Huggins can't connect on the long 2. Cortez sneaks in for the rebound.
Great rebound from Cortez.
Carvalho will reset things at the top. 4.5 minutes left in the first half, and an offensive foul on Malufau. She ended up kind of pushing the face of Mosley. We'll have a media timeout here in just a moment. 4.5 minutes left in the half. We'll be right back on the WAC Digital Network. Don't go anywhere.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
I decided to go to college to further my education and define my purpose in the world and be a part of something much bigger than myself.
I wanted to set up the best possible future for myself, both academically and athletically. I try to learn from everyone, whether that be professors, my teammates, or other student athletes.
I try to see everyone as an opportunity to learn. Everyone has a story to tell, and I think there's a moral and something you can learn from it.
Welcome back inside the Lockhart Arena where the Wolverines trail by 6, 31-25. The Wolverines were trailing by double digits not long ago, and an interesting turn of events, a couple of flagrant fouls on UTRGV gave the Wolverines ample opportunity to trim the lead with no time running off the clock. So UTRGV still hanging on. They've knocked down, how many threes? 7 of 13 from downtown in the first half, which is just unreal shooting.
What's also unreal is that the Wolverines are only within 6.
Yes.
They're being outscored by 21 points from the three-point line. That is a huge number, but they've done a nice job of taking care of the basketball, and they have 18 points in the paint. That's 10 more than the Vaqueros. And defensively, they've been exquisite here in the second quarter. They've only given up 7 points.
Huggins, jab step. Now the Wolverines really closing out much quicker than we saw before, and Huggins almost loses it. Huggins, she'll have to fire a 3 up. It rattles out, not quite there. A big block by Cortez.
The offensive rebounding for the Vaqueros are giving them second and third opportunities, and Malufau picked up another quick foul. Let's look at the replay here. Great defense on the closeout by Holland, but bringing Holland so far away from the
You don't have many rebounders inside that way.
They don't have the rebounders. And Holland is the team's best rebounder. She's out guarding the 3. Eve Bratzlis is the second best rebounder. She's taking a breather.
They did just bring Josie Williams back into the game, though, so I think that will play a large role, allowing Utah Valley to focus a little bit more defensively on the perimeter.
I'm really enjoying this Vaquero offense. Just so unselfish. There's never more than 2 dribbles before a pass.
Huggins, corner 3 is good. She is lighting it up. She is 3 of 5 from downtown with 11 to lead all scorers. Beautiful pass, the backdoor cut for Cortez, but she missed it. Oh no!
She was wide open. Sometimes you get a little too open. Huggins thought about the 3 there. Excuse me, that was Hyman.
I think that may have been the most open shot that Cortez has ever taken in her life.
What a great job.
Cortez had a good look for Holland in transition, but tossed it a little too far.
Those are, as I mentioned earlier, those unnecessary turnovers. The Wolverines have 7 turnovers here, which is pretty solid for this team. They average 18 a game, so they're under their season average
as of now.
Oh, beautiful drive and finish, drawing the foul. Number 1, Amara Graham, the sophomore from Chicago.
And in a moment, UTRGV back up double digits, 36-25.
Credit them.
Yeah.
Because the Wolverines, quite frankly, Kyle, missed an opportunity. They only made 2 of the 4 flagrant free throws. And then they got the ball and they weren't able to score that. That could have been a 7-point swing.
Yep.
Instead, it was only a 2-point swing. And there's the steal and foul. And turnovers, Kyle, they've just been an issue all season for this Wolverine team.
12-point lead, and the foul will send UTRGV to the free throw line, as that is the 6th team foul on the Wolverines in the half, or in the second quarter, I mean.
It's a 6-0 run for the Vaqueros in the last minute. And from my point of view, it's been the offensive rebounding that has swung this game back in favor of UTRGV. They have 7 offensive rebounds. They have 15 points off turnovers. 8 Wolverine turnovers leading to 15 Vaquero points. Between the points off turnovers and the 3-point difference, that explains the 13-point lead. And the Wolverines have not scored in 3 minutes.
Grange looking for Holland. Holland behind the back, goes right at her defender and will head to the free throw line. Holland getting in the faces of her teammates, trying to rally the troops and go on a bit of a run right before the half ends. Love the aggressive play.
Holland draws the foul. She has 2, now 3 points on 1 of 5 shooting. Surprisingly, no rebounds for Jordan Holland.
Both teams are in the bonus right now too, so this may be a lengthy 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
And this is a critical 2 minutes and 25 seconds for the Wolverines. They've got to find that energy from the beginning of the second quarter. They can go on a little 6-0 run here and cut it to 8. That'd be a good finish going into the halftime locker room.
Grange trying to close out.
Great defense from Madison Grange there.
She's got such a long frame. Players don't even want to try and shoot over her. Turk gets one off. This one's short, and Grange able to come up with the rebound.
Holland's got an opportunity from downtown.
She buries the 3. Utah Valley trims it to 9.
Huge field goal for UTRGV. Excuse me, the Wolverines. And the lead is 9 for Utah Valley.
Not another UTRGV 3. Holland. And I think we may have a jump ball.
We do have a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Wolverines.
Take a look back at the Holland 3, kind of in transition, just to catch and shoot. Not an easy shot.
But a necessary shot, because the Wolverines' best shots have been coming in transition.
That's also the first made 3 of the day for Utah Valley. Emma Jones has checked in for the Wolverines.
Big possession here for the Wolverines. They're on a 5-0 run. Chance to extend that.
No, Williams gets called for 3 in the key.
Unfortunate turnover for the Wolverines. I don't mind that turnover, though. That was a situation where Williams was coming to catch that ball and the elbow, and just unfortunately needed to take one more step to get outside of the paint. Those things happen. You can rebound from those. Back to the defensive side of things, where the Wolverines desperately need another stop.
The sandwich. We're under a minute to play. Graham straight on 3, in and out. Grange with the rebound.
They got the stop, now they need the bucket.
Jones couldn't quite handle it in transition. Picked up her dribble. And now Utah Valley will pull back.
No 2-for-1 opportunity, but getting a quality look here is the most important thing. A chance to cut the deficit to 6 or 7.
Carvalho finds a lane. Couldn't get the scoop to drop. And now no shot clock. UTRGV can hold for the last shot of the half.
Big defensive stand here for the Wolverines. A chance to keep the lead in the single digits. That'd be a nice boost of momentum going into the break.
And I guess we're going to have a foul, which will mean free throws. I think both teams are in the bonus, so that should be free throws coming for Mosley. She has yet to take a free throw. She does have 4 rebounds, is 0 of 1 from the field. Free throw is no good off the back iron. 5.5 seconds left.
The Wolverines do have a timeout. If they get the rebound, it'll be interesting to see if they use it or if they just try to advance the ball quickly with 5.5 seconds left.
And no, they're not going to call timeout even with the make, so Grange will inbound. She's going to have to inbound quickly. And way too far ahead for Emma Jones to track down. So no time goes off of the clock.
This is a potentially dangerous situation for the Wolverines, who it looked like it was going to be a single-digit deficit going into the break, and now the hot shooting Vaqueros with a chance to pull up for 3 and put the lead back to 13.
And they get it to Huggins. Huggins goes at Holland, and it results in a turnover. So that was best case scenario right there for the Wolverines, not allowing them to shoot the ball. A 10-point lead at the half. We are in for quite the exciting second half, Matt.
The Wolverines, they won the second quarter. They just need to continue to play good defense to get back in this.
All right, we'll take a break for the half. We'll be back in a moment.
Did you know that over 43 million Americans struggle with mental health problems annually?
43 million.
That's 1 in 5 adults.
Did you know that there's 1 death by suicide in the United States every 12 minutes?
Did you know that suicide takes the lives of over 40,000 Americans each year?
Over 40,000 mothers,
Fathers,
daughters,
sons, brothers,
sisters, and friends.
Did you know that you can help reverse this trend?
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental illness, don't keep it to yourself.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
Hi, my name is Brady, and today we're here with local high school students taking a behind-the-scenes tour of the newly renovated Vivint Smart Home Arena. What we're doing today is we're giving these STEM students an opportunity to pursue an engaged learning experience at Utah Valley University.
I like the renovations that we've seen and how the Vivint Center's changed from then to now.
My favorite part of the tour is just watching that truck have to go. I found interesting.
The Utah Jazz Organization loves to work with kids. They are our future. We love to work with them on different programs, whether it's math, technology, engineering, reading. It's just important for these kids to come and participate and see what it's like out in the real world, what jobs are like, and see firsthand what's out there for them.
What interests me about engineering is how many options you have to go into careers.
In the future, I'd like to be working somewhere like NASA or Boeing or SpaceX.
I personally think engineering could change the world because they're coming out with so many new technology, just everything changing.
Actually got to do it with the real jazz players, so that was a cool experience.
It was awesome. Just a lot of positive energy in this building with these kids here, and having to do math and then get out here and exercise it physically, that's really challenging. I had a blast.
As all organizations that see STEM as very important, we see that science, technology, engineering, and math are huge for our upcoming future of children that we have, and we'd like to do everything we can to help these students.
I like math a lot. You use it all the time, and it's just really important.
I think it's just all around, like, it's important, and it helps you in your everyday life and education.
Advice I could give to those kids was, just take things one day at a time and put your best foot forward in everything that you do. 20 years from now, you never know who's next to you, and it's going to be the best doctor, the best basketball player, football player. If you just continue to strive for little wins and achieving your big goals, everything will be great.
Adrenaline, passion, triumph. Moments that'll never be forgotten. The 2019 WAC basketball tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, March 13th through the 16th. Be a part of the madness. Get your tickets now at 801-863-7474 or at gouvu.com.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
They say the devil is in the details. And in here, there are a lot of details. Flavor, color, texture, temperature, presentation. It all has to be flawless. Pressure? Maybe. But with engaged learning, I get a lot of practice. And I'll bet your homework never tasted this good.
Eyes on me. I'm Mark Pope, coach of the UVU men's basketball team. I want to thank Carlos Iglesias and Ken Garf Volkswagen for being a great friend of Utah Valley University athletics, basketball, volleyball, and everything else.
Thanks, Coach. We're proud to support a great program like Utah Valley University Sports. We wish the Wolverines a fantastic season.
You can thank Carlos too by visiting their new dealership today, Ken Garf Volkswagen. We hear you.
There is so much to celebrate in life, from the smallest of hands to the victories of youth and precious occasions with family and friends, sharing unforgettable moments. Continue accomplishing your goals and celebrate success at Utah Valley University. Apply by August 1st for fall semester.
Welcome back to the Lockhart Arena on the campus of Utah Valley University. The Wolverines down 10 at the half to the visiting Vaqueros of UTRGV. I'm Kyle Bruder with Matthew Biamonte. Let's go ahead and get to a few highlights here, recapping what we saw in the first half, and it was a lot of that.
Spoiler alert, lot of threes. In fact, the Vaqueros made 8 3-pointers in the first half, and they were just blistering hot in that first quarter. There you see Hyman hitting a three-pointer. Finally, it's the Wolverines getting on the highlights with Josie Williams, who was a force in the second quarter. And there you see the defensive pressure. It gets cranked up. Carvalho with the steal after the brassless block. And then UTRGV back to their three-point ways in the second quarter. Big one there from Huggins. Two big ones, in fact. Huggins has been phenomenal. You mentioned she played here for one season, and man, she must like playing here because she is playing fantastic today. She has 11 points. She's 3 of 5 from downtown. As far as the teams go, 13 field goals made by UTRGV, and then you see in the center the three-pointers. That's the difference right there. And then also, you can't forget about the turnovers for Utah Valley.
And the points off of those turnovers, 16-2 in favor of UTRGV. So yeah, the threes as well. Well, a lot of those threes have come off of turnovers. That's what hurts so bad. And you know,
and if it wasn't the turnover, it was the offensive rebounding.
Exactly.
In which UTRGV had 7 offensive rebounds there in the first half.
We'll take one more break right here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll see you back for the second half.
People talk about college like you're in some kind of bubble. Like there's college, and then there's the real world. Hey, this is UVU. You're not just reading about it or watching someone else do it. This is engaged learning. At the certificate, associate's, bachelor's, or master's level, you're in the real world every day.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else?
In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
Before you even think about buying a new truck or SUV, you've got to check out MurdochChev.com. You'll be glad you did.
We've got huge discounts on all 2018 models, and you're going to love the 2019 Silverado. Only at Murdoch Chevrolet in Logan and Woods Cross. You've got to come and see us.
Did you know that over 43 million Americans struggle with mental health problems annually?
43 million.
That's 1 in 5 adults.
Did you know that there's 1 death by suicide in the United States every 12 minutes?
Did you know that suicide takes the lives of over 40,000 Americans each year?
Over 40,000 mothers,
fathers,
daughters,
sons, brothers,
sisters, and friends.
Did you know that you can help reverse this trend?
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental illness, don't keep it to yourself.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from DNA analysis to animal behavior, there is a place for you at UVU. A place to rise, to engage, to succeed, to become.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Adrenaline, passion, triumph. Moments that'll never be forgotten. The 2019 WAC basketball tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. March 13th through the 16th. Be a part of the madness. Get your tickets now at 801-863-7474 or at gouvu.com.
The first half is in the past. It doesn't matter anymore. The Wolverines down 10 with a chance to claw back here at home and try and snag another victory against the Vaqueros. The Wolverines not shooting the ball particularly well and have turned the ball over a little too many times, where the Vaqueros have been able to capitalize time and time again, putting up 16 points off of those turnovers. Matt, what do you think needs to happen in this second half for the Wolverines to close that gap and try and come away with the victory today here at home?
I think importantly, you need to realize we don't have to get all 10 points back in the third quarter.
Right.
You just got to win the quarter like the Wolverines did in the second. They trimmed what was a 13-point lead down to 10. They can get it to 5 or 6 going into the fourth. They're in a great spot. This team has come from behind many times this season. In fact, they did it against this team earlier this year. And so, for me, the Wolverines is going to start on the defensive end. If they can hold the Vaqueros to 10 to 12 points here in the third, they'll be in great shape. They've got to take care of the basketball as well. 15 points up turnovers, that one hurts if you're the Wolverines. Because the three-point shooting by UTRGV, you can't really control that. If they're going to make shots, they're going to make shots. You know what you can take control of? When you have the basketball. Good passing, good shooting, not committing fouls. Those are things you can control, and the Wolverines need to control those here in the third quarter.
Graham picked up a three immediately by Turk. This one's no good, but an offensive rebound, another offensive rebound. And looks like we'll have a foul real quick. Holland got swiped.
That foul was on number 5, I believe.
Carvalho, top of the key, will give it to Holland. Holland looking for a cutter. She may just take it alone. Nope, Carvalho will get it back. Jordan able to get around Graham and score off the window.
You just saw what makes Jordan Holland so special. She started at center for the Wolverines today, was able to use her quickness to get by her defender and get to the rim. Big play by Holland. Only her third field goal, but she does have 9 points.
Holland contests the shot, and it goes way too long, rebounded by Cortez.
Good start to the third here for UVU. Opportunity to cut into that lead, maybe get it to 6 or 5.
Grange, a nice fake, goes in, has nowhere to go. Cortez, she'll step back, she knocks that down often, and she does it once more.
She has such a beautiful shooting motion, and a quick timeout by Lane Lord as a 4-0 burst. But the Wolverines have given them life here in the third quarter. There's the step back from Cortez, who has 7 points. We're going to take a break here on UVU TV and the WAC Digital Network. Be back in a moment.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life.
If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Hyundai. I promise you'll love it. Get more vehicle for your dollar from Utah's largest Hyundai dealer. Drive home a new 2019 Hyundai Tucson for only $199 a month, or you'll love the new Elantra for only $13,990. Go ahead and compare at MurdochHyundai.com.
You've got to come and see us in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
A quick 4-0 start for Utah Valley in the third quarter has trimmed the lead down to 6, forcing an early timeout. And the Wolverines, they're on the right track. Matt, you mentioned right out of the halftime break, the Wolverines don't necessarily need to close that 10-point gap here in the third quarter alone. They just need to win the quarter. So far, they're on the right track.
Absolutely, and the defense is phenomenal right now. You see a little tweak in the defensive scheme by Coach Nixon, a little full court pressure, and now we got the trap. They're trying really hard to make things difficult for UTRGV, and when you're in a rhythm, all you can do as a defense is just mix things up and make it difficult.
Wolverines doing a really nice job closing out on all defenders.
Great defense by Eve Brassless.
And looks like we're gonna have a jump ball. Good old-fashioned scrum of orange and gray on the floor, and possession will go back to Utah Valley.
I know that was an open jumper by UTRGV there. It was Hyman on the shot.
Open, it was pretty well contested.
Yeah,
I think
what I'm trying to get to,
okay, all right,
Kyle,
you finish.
Is that she wanted to take the three, and Eve Brassless did a great job of running her off the three. She took a long two, which you're okay with.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my, Jordan Holland with the step back, showing the versatility.
And just like that, a 6-0 run to start the third. And the Wolverines are showing their resiliency, something that has made them so special. Oh, great defense by Madison Grange. Maybe a little too physical,
she did
but
hip
wow.
check her just a little too much.
There's Jordan Holland doing what she does best. Oh, the step back hesitation. I lied.
She must be training with Cortez.
She, definitely. She has a complete offensive game. It's phenomenal. To start the quarter, you see the blow by to get to the rim, and then the little jab step, and then the step back jumper. Jordan Holland is special.
Carvalho, ooh, she tried getting in there, got a hand on the ball, but there was some contact. It was the right call.
Inbound situation for UTRGV. Critical for the Wolverines to play good defense here. Don't want to get the Vaqueros into the bonus here in the third quarter. Oh, a steal from Carvalho.
Carvalho's going to dribble back out to the perimeter. Now Holland inside Brassless. She'll turn, beautiful move inside. Able to create some space and then score on the right side.
It's an 8-0 run, and notice that Brassless was able to finish with the right hand.
The lefty, not an easy shot.
No, and she's a freshman. She already has the right hand finish, developed as a freshman. Where can she go from here? We're looking at a special group here.
Yes.
This was a 13-point lead at several points in this game, and they have clawed back.
Turk in and out on the three. She knocked down a couple early on.
They're playing with pace. I like getting into the early offense.
Woo, dangerous pass. Fortunately, Brassless was able to gather it up. 15 on the shot clock for Carvalho. There's a big gaping hole on the left side, but Brassless decides not to take it. 5 on the shot clock. Maria, she'll step back way short.
We're going to have a sub here for the Wolverines. Josie Williams, the spark plug from the second quarter, in which she had 6 points and 2 rebounds.
She was also on the receiving end of 2 flagrant fouls.
They really need her on the glass right now, where the Vaqueros are out rebounding them from the offensive side of things 9-5.
Huggins, too strong on this three.
No points yet for the Vaqueros here in the third quarter.
Josie gets the pass, turns, scores, and is fouled. That's exactly what you were talking about, Matt. Josie Williams, the spark plug.
And they have come all the way back. A beautiful entry pass from Brassless. Definitely a foul by Northcutt. And the finish by Josie Williams. We need to touch on Northcutt, because she was our player to keep an eye on in the pregame. Only 2 points. The Wolverines have done a nice job of making it hard for Northcutt. And just like that, the Wolverines on an 11-0 run to take the lead here in the third.
Josie Williams with 9 points in just 11 minutes. Jacobson back into the game.
Great defense here. They've already burned half the shot clock and nothing's happened for UTRGV.
Huggins goes back out to Graham. Graham will float it up over everyone and is able to rattle it in. UTRGV goes back up by 1.
A much needed basket for Graham and the Vaqueros. That was their first bucket of the third quarter. We're already halfway through the quarter. And the Wolverines are back in a dogfight with UTRGV.
Under 5 to play in the third.
Let's go through Josie Williams here. If you're Coach Nixon and the Wolverines, she's got the hot hand. She's been the player of the game so far. Get her the rock.
She's gonna take the 3. Oh, way off to the right. You can see it on her face. She's got that stank look on her face.
I don't mind the shot though, because the shot clock was expiring. She was open. She's been playing well. That's all right. Obviously, you want her to touch it down low, but that was okay. We're gonna take a break. Don't go away here on UVU TV.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
Just over 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Utah Valley is down 42-41 after quite the comeback. They've gone on an 11-2 run to start the third quarter. Only one made shot for the Vaqueros, so they've yet to get things going. But Utah Valley's got to put their foot back on the gas. It does feel a little bit like they've let up a bit here in the latter part of the third quarter. So
the good news is the defense is still outstanding. Offensively, they just got to get back to the fundamentals, move the basketball around. When you have a player like Josie Williams in the game on the low block, I think the easiest way to get to the ball is to go to the corner and then bounce it down to Josie on the low block and let her decide if a double comes, she finds an open shooter. If it doesn't, she goes to work one-on-one.
Vaqueros able to break the Wolverine press.
Outstanding Wolverine defense here.
Graham decides not to take the 3. This time they save it for a quality look. Sampson was unable to connect, and Williams gets the ball stolen. No, excuse me, it was Jacobson gets it stolen away. And another offensive rebound for the Vaqueros.
They have 11 offensive rebounds now. That's +6 in that department. The Wolverines have done a nice job on the defensive glass. But there needs to be some improvement when it comes to limiting the second chances.
Huggins goes in, can't connect, and Holland comes up with the big rebound.
Third rebound for Holland. They need her to get going on the glass. Jacobson.
.15 on the shot clock. Brassless tries finding Holland on the baseline, but the pass was not on the money.
Big turnover there for UTRGV.
Utah Valley with a turnover of their own.
Love the decision there from Jordan Holland. No need to force anything. Williams
way out on the three-point line. Jacobson hesitates, scoops it up with the right hand, and it rattles home.
And it was that hesitation that got her the space. She's so good with the hesitation dribble. First bucket for Jacobson, and the lead back to the Wolverines.
Graham goes into the high post. Could have been I don't know if it was a travel, but it was pretty close. Graham goes right inside and is bumped on her way in. She is feeling it.
Here comes the hesitation dribble from Jacobson. Oh, right there, whoop! Right by, up with the right hand, gets it to go. B-E-A, beautiful.
We've talked about this
Jacobson.
before, but the hesitation dribble from Jacobson is predictable, but she's so good at it.
It's predictable?
That as a defender, like, you can't not fall for it. She's so good at it that even if you know it's coming, you're still gonna go for it.
It's unstoppable as it is predictable.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to believe that's mentioned on the scouting report, but seeing it and stopping it are two different things.
And you can't just plan on it because she can knock down the mid-range jumper as well.
Absolutely.
Dangerous player. Turk knocks down the first free throw. Second one is no good.
There we go. Jordan Holland getting involved on the defensive glass. Just what the Wolverines need.
We are all notched up at 43. Maria Carvalho back into the game for Utah Valley. She goes around the weak side of the pick and is able to score.
That's when Carvalho is at her best, when she is decisive. She got the pick and roll. She went to the basket with determination to finish and got it to go. Love that play from Maria.
Turk runs into a double team.
Can we talk about briefly how good Madison Grange has been on the perimeter? She gets whistled there, I believe.
I think it was Josie Williams they're going to get for the foul.
Just a straight line to the hoop.
Barely avoids the block.
And that's what the Wolverines need from their point guard position, whether it's Jacobson or Carvalho. They need decisive plays. When the pick comes, get to the rim with the intent to score, and if you can't, you kick it out. Sometimes there's a little too much dribbling at the top of the key, but when they get that pick and decide, I'm gonna go,
yeah,
they're really good.
A chance to tie with a made free throw here. No made field goals by UTRGV in the last 3 minutes, 17 seconds, so the free throws keeping them alive.
Here comes pressure from UTRGV. Oh, we got a 2-on-1.
All in, too strong. There's Josie Williams. She's fouled, and the bucket again. Williams with 11 points.
She has been phenomenal this afternoon. Couple of rebounds as well for Williams. Here's the replay. Jordan Holland opting to take it herself. Just a little too hard, but Williams is there, and then the pump fake. Not sure if I saw much contact there, but she drew the foul. And in and out, but we have a lane violation. It's going to be another free throw, and if you're coach Lane Lord for UTRGV, those kind of mistakes have got to hurt.
Yeah.
The foul, and then the lane violation, which does complete the three-point play. The Wolverines have only led this game for a minute, but they're up 3 right now. What a third quarter for them. They're outscoring UTRGV 18-5. And I mentioned if they could hold them to 12, things would be good. I didn't imagine they'd hold them to single digits.
No, not at all. Short jumper is no good, and Holland gets bumped on the way down. That'll be the 4th team foul on UTRGV. I don't think we're in the bonus yet.
Here's the foul, and let me tell you why I like this call. UTRGV has done a great job crashing the offensive glass, and it's resulted in 10 second chance points. But when you come flying in there and someone is in the air, because Jordan Holland had grabbed the rebound and was in the air, when you bump her, that's a foul. That's a great call.
It's one of those things you got to protect them on the way down.
Totally, absolutely, because they're a defenseless player at that point.
Cortez lobs it over the top. Williams can't handle it, but I think the possession will stay with Utah Valley as it goes off of an orange jersey.
I love the idea of getting Josie Williams the ball. I do think there's a better way to get it to her than throwing it from the three-point line all the way over the top of the defender. We need that triangle situation. Oh, the inbounds to Holland. A 5-point lead for the Wolverines.
Great find by Carvalho inside to Holland. Baseline jumper is good for Hyman, their first bucket in quite some time. Over 4 minutes without a field goal until that shot.
Huge bucket for the Vaqueros to just stay alive here in the third quarter where they're being outscored 20-5.
Cortez nearly mishandled it. Holland, three, good!
She holds the shooting motion just an extra second long. Holland has been a beast here in the third. 16 points and 5 rebounds for Jordan Holland. Big defensive stand here for the Wolverines. They're up 6. They've outscored the Vaqueros by 16. If they get the rebound, there's time to push it and maybe get another 3.
Shot clock is ticking down. Cortez kicks the ball, but 2 seconds on the shot clock. No, the shot clock, turn it off. Yeah. It's kind of irrelevant now.
It's because of the kicked ball.
Right.
They would have got a new shot clock, but irrelevant. Doesn't change the fact, though, that if the Wolverines can get a stand here, they would have changed things from being a 10-point deficit to a 6-point lead. And we're going to see Eve Brassless come in, who, as you saw from the first half highlights, great perimeter defender.
They'll go back to Turk. She can't connect on the 3, and that will end the third quarter. What a great quarter for the Wolverines.
Let's take a look at some of the exciting moments that just took place here on the WAC Digital Network. The inbounds from Carvalho, on point with the pass, and Holland with the finish, and then Holland with the deep 3. Hold that shooting motion. Wolverines up 6 here on UVU TV.
Eyes on me. I'm Mark Pope, coach of the UVU men's basketball team. I want to thank Carlos Iglesias and Ken Garf Volkswagen for being a great friend of Utah Valley University athletics, basketball, volleyball, and everything else.
Thanks, Coach. We're proud to support a great program like Utah Valley University Sports. We wish the Wolverines a fantastic season.
You can thank Carlos, too, by visiting their new dealership today, Ken Garf Volkswagen. We hear you.
People talk about college like you're in some kind of bubble. Like there's college, and then there's the real world. Hey, this is UVU. You're not just reading about it or watching someone else do it. This is engaged learning. At the certificate, associate's, bachelor's, or master's level, you're in the real world every day.
Welcome back inside the Lockhart Arena. Utah Valley up 6 at the end of the third quarter, and the Wolverines' record on the season 11-2 when leading after 3 quarters, so that bodes well for Utah Valley. But Matt, you were talking to me during the break. Let's head into a little segment called Matt's Stats.
23-7 is the big stat. And that was the scoring advantage for the Wolverines there in the third. But here's a little deeper dive for you in Matt's stats. Wolverines shot 77% from the field in the third quarter. Can you tell me what they held the Vaqueros to in the third, Kyle?
Nope, can't tell you.
14%.
Wow.
Tremendous defensive effort in the third by the Wolverines.
Utah Valley coming out with the same defensive intensity. A foul inside. I'm not sure. They may be calling that against Josie. No, it's against Jordan Holland. So that'll be her third personal foul. We usually see Holland in quite a bit of foul trouble by now. So 3 is not uncharacteristic for her in the fourth quarter.
And that's a good call because around the rim, it's been called pretty tight since those flagrant fouls. You saw Josie Williams get an and one, which it didn't look like there was a lot there. Same situation here, and that's okay because you want to be able to understand how the game flow is going. And I just have been really impressed with the officials today, Kyle. They've done a great job. They've let the players play. They've called the game evenly.
Yeah,
really
they've done
great
a great job explaining things to the coaches and stuff too. So
absolutely.
It's been great. Grange looking for Williams. Williams on the low
double.
block.
Love the pass. And one! Eve Brassless! Credit to Josie Williams, who recognized the double team and then dumped it off. Here's the replay. The double comes, gets it out to Brassless, and there's the reach. Easy call there. Megan Johnson.
Josie Williams all smiles again. I love seeing her react after a great play. Williams' smile is just the most contagious thing in this building.
Great effort from Madison Grange there, but just an unnecessary foul. And now there's 2 team fouls on the Wolverines, 33 seconds into the fourth quarter. They've got to play defense without fouling the next 5 minutes. That way they don't give the Vaqueros an opportunity to use the bonus to their advantage.
Graham goes inside to the high post. Free throw jumper is no good by Sampson. Now comes Carvalho and the Wolverines.
Holland up to 6 rebounds now.
Grange shoots the corner 3. No good, but it would have been waved off either way. I think Maria Carvalho is going to be called for the offensive foul. Another foul. 3 fouls on the Wolverines with less than a minute gone by. This is, I don't want to try and predict anything, but the fouls could very easily cause a major problem for the Wolverines.
Absolutely. You can't fault them for the aggressive nature, but you've got to be smart, especially now that there's 3 team fouls and an opportunity for the Wolverines here with the UTRGV turnover. You see that the Vaqueros are just extending that pressure on Carvalho well beyond the 3-point line, which to me means you got to move the basketball, use the pass to beat the defense.
Brassless, they're trying to get Josie Williams, but Carvalho off the window for 3.
I believe it was a 2. Her foot was on the line. The ref did say it was a 2.
It was a 2.
Nevertheless, a big bucket as that was late in the shot clock. No choice there but for Carvalho to just put it up, and the prayer was answered.
Oh, Williams, that's tough as a defender.
It goes in line, though, with the way that they've officiated plays at the basket. There's Carvalho on the long 2. Bank is open late on a Saturday afternoon. Another look at it. Carvalho now with 9 points, 5 assists.
And with that foul, everything after this is going to be bonus for UTRGV with about 8 minutes left in the quarter. Yikes. Cortez comes into the game for
And to
Williams.
me, if I'm Coach Nixon, I tell them, we got to have 4 minutes here with no fouls. We got to have it. Because if you commit another foul before the 5-minute mark, then it becomes a major advantage because UTRGV is just going to crash the paint.
Yep. 57-50, Utah Valley leads. Under 8 minutes to go in the game.
Can't pay attention to the lead if you're the Wolverines. Got to play as if you're down. Everything needs to be aggressive, downhill, trying to get open shots.
Carvalho up top, Brassless, she can knock down the 3. This one rattles home off the back iron.
Eve Brassless with the friendly bounce, a 10-point lead. Kyle, that was only Eve's 4th 3-point field goal make of the season. And a turnover by UTRGV. Momentum is clearly in favor of the Wolverines. They've got to capitalize.
Straight on 3, can't leave her alone. Hits the back iron and just straight up and down. Carvalho looking for that high pick.
2 picks. They're going to try and find Cortez.
Carvalho, she'll take a 3. It's good! Back-to-back 3s for the Wolverines. 6-point lead for Utah Valley, their largest of the day.
And the Wolverines, Kyle, have done a phenomenal job here in the second half, as the Vaqueros have not made a three-pointer since the second quarter.
And it seemed like the threes were never ending in that first half. You see this Carvalho wide open, pulls the trigger. That's the sign of a dangerous point guard, someone who can distribute the basketball but also knock down the open three.
I think she'll always be trying to figure out where that balance is of shooting and passing. But when she is scoring 12 points for Carvalho, this team is on another level.
Cortez, near automatic from that mid-range shot. The Wolverines on a 12-1 run over the last 3 minutes.
And you know what? We've been talking about the shot making, and deservedly so, but the defense, they've only allowed 10 points here in the second half. Phenomenal job.
Three is on the way for the Vaqueros. It's no good. Looks like there is a foul under the basket, though, which means free throws.
Jordan Holland with 4 personal fouls as well, so we need to keep an eye on that. She has been phenomenal this afternoon with 16 points and 7 rebounds, 6 of which have come in the second half. She's done a much better job of hitting the glass. And now if you're the Vaqueros, everything has got to be at the basket.
Yeah.
Because it's 1-1. Excuse me, it's not 1-1. It's just free throws straight up on every foul. And so you drive in, if it's not there, you kick for 3. We're going to have a timeout here by the Vaqueros, Lane Lord, as this has been a disastrous second half. Only 10 points. They're shooting below 20% in the second half. What a tale of two halves where the Wolverines lead by 13. Be back in a moment.
Did you know that over 43 million Americans struggle with mental health problems annually?
43 million.
That's 1 in 5 adults.
Did you know that there's 1 death by suicide in the United States every 12 minutes?
Did you know that suicide takes the lives of over 40,000 Americans each year?
Over 40,000 mothers,
fathers,
daughters,
sons, brothers,
sisters, and friends.
Did you know that you can help reverse this trend?
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental illness, don't keep it to yourself.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else?
In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
Before you even think about buying a new truck or SUV, you've got to check out MurdochChev.com. You'll be glad you did.
We've got huge discounts on all 2018 models, and you're going to love the 2019 Silverado. Only at Murdoch Chevrolet in Logan and Woods Cross. You've got to come and see us.
6:08 left in the game. The Wolverines have swung things 180. 65-52 is the score. Your upcoming schedule for the Wolverines on the 21st of this month, Utah Valley at Chicago State, and then continue their road trip at UMKC on the 23rd. Then they will come back to town on March 2nd versus California Baptist, their first time hosting them here at Utah Valley as they are new to the conference, and they will finish off the conference play at Grand Canyon and then at CSU Bakersfield before the WAC tournament.
Couple things jump out to me there, Kyle. First and foremost, 4 of those 5 on the road. This team has a winning record at home and a losing record on the road, so that's going to be a challenge, though this team is playing the best basketball they've played all season. And then those 2 games, the UMKC game and then the California Baptist game, huge games for the Wolverines.
Great job breaking the press by Utah Valley. Brassless, she had a lane to the basket. De Los Santos, can she knock down the 3? Nope, too strong. And a jump ball between Josie Williams and looks like it was Madison Northcutt. We mentioned it earlier, Northcutt has been the leading scorer for this Vaqueros squad in conference play. She's been held to just 2 points today. Williams turns and shoots, can't connect.
Less than 6 to go. Vaqueros trying to push the pace.
Huggins, quick 3, short. Looks like she's cooled off a bit.
She has 11 points, none of which have come in the second half. And she is 0 of 4 from the field during that span, so you're right. She has cooled off, and the entire UTRGV offense has cooled off. They scored 40 points in the first half, only 12 here in the second. That's great stuff from Utah Valley.
Carvalho picked up very early by Graham. 5.5 to go.
It's critical here. If you're the Wolverines, can't have turnovers. You can miss shots are okay. Turnovers are not.
Cortez, she has a good look. She buries the 3.
Cortez into double figures with 12 points. 5 rebounds as well. That was the first 3-point make for Cortez. The Wolverines, Kyle.
5 players in double figures right now.
They've made 4 3-point baskets here in the second half. So it's really been the tale of 2 halves. Here's Cortez on the pass from Carvalho. Great pass right into her shooting motion. And Cortez is lethal from downtown. One of the best in the conference. Long 2.
No good. De Los Santos can't track it down, but I think they're going to get a foul on her. So free throws coming. This is where it hurts Utah Valley. Any foul equals virtually free points for UTRGV. Just under 5 minutes to play. That is a lot of time.
If you're the Wolverines, offensively, you're still looking to score. We're not quite at the point where you want to burn the clock. There's still about 3 minutes of play here before you really want to start opting to drain the clock rather than score.
Yeah.
So,
especially when the Utah Valley's been shooting the ball as well as they have been, keep doing it.
Yeah, they've been shooting about 80% in the second half. That is just unbelievable.
Cortez takes the handoff. She's doubled real fast. It's knocked out of play by the Vaqueros. 16 seconds left on the shot clock for UVU.
Their first miss of the quarter was the Josie Williams layup that just rolled off the rim.
Now 10.
Yep, sorry. 10 on the shot clock.
Brassless is going to go at her defender, and I think we're going to have a foul. Looks like Brassless was bumped on her way in.
I think that's fair. Those kind of bumps have been called here in the second half. And if you're a player, you just got to adjust. There's the bump right there. It's not a lot, another one, but that's how it's been called. Ooh, Eve Brassless was wide open under the basket. But they have a new shot clock, and they're going to waste a little time. Can't be mad at that if you're a Wolverine fan.
No, not at all. Cortez comes around, and she shuffled her feet as she was able to get around her defender a little bit. So 4:20 left in the game, and UTRGV with a chance to start trimming this lead down even more. If they can continue to get to the free throw line, we're going to have a very interesting finish.
Only the 3rd turnover by UVU here in the second half. They got to be careful of those. The jump ball will go in favor of the Vaqueros. 14-point lead.
Graham fakes the 3, but moved her pivot just a little too soon.
UTRGV in that full court defense. The Wolverines can expect to see that the rest of the game as UTRGV needs turnovers to get back into this one.
Desperately, under 4 minutes to go. Carvalho, corner 3, no good.
Ooh,
could have been a foul on Grange. They are fortunate. And a great move inside, but just a little too strong. Williams hits the deck. Looks like she is okay.
Williams, how many minutes has she played today, Kyle? 21 hard-fought minutes for Josie Williams. 12 points, 3 rebounds. She really changed the game in that second quarter, in which she had 6 points.
The shot came up short.
Eve Brassless standing her ground, arms straight up and down, textbook.
The Wolverines completely in the driver's seat right now. Just got to take care of the basketball. Carvalho finds a lane. She scores.
She has been exceptional here in the second half. She has 14 points now. Only had 5 points and 3 assists in the first half, up to 14 and 7.
Wow.
And what I like the most is the turnovers have been few for Maria Carvalho. She's done a great job of running the offense.
Nice pass inside. Can't connect, but the putback. Nope, a foul though. Will send Mosley to the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 from the line.
That's one of those situations as we get to the Carvalho bucket, up and under with the right. Beautiful scoop. Definitely a foul as UTRGV misses the first free throw, and you see the players' arms go straight up and down. What happens a lot of times is they'll dip for the block and then bring him back, but that doesn't change the fact that when you were going for the block,
you still dipped your hands.
Exactly.
You still got to blow the whistle on that.
Off the hands of Crescentia Sampson, a senior out of Phoenix, Arizona. It'll be the Wolverines basketball, and if they can just keep it above 10 for the next 90 seconds, they'll be in great shape.
Cortez had a hard time inbounding, finally got it in, but no, she didn't quite get across the line before the pass came back to her.
Another turnover by the Wolverines. They've had 2 in the last 60 seconds. And
Watch for Turk as she just checks into the game. She shot the ball from 3 very well early in the first quarter. Has been one of the leading scorers on this team all year. Looks like the ball will stay with UTRGV. Two and a half minutes to play in the game. Holland just rips it right out of the hands of Sampson.
Great play. Holland has been, and she's not the only one, but there have been several players, including Jordan Holland, that have been unbelievable here in the second half.
Carvalho, a long 2. It's good! Carvalho catching fire in the second half. 16 points.
9 of those here in the second half. This Wolverine team is one of the best in the conference when Carvalho is playing at the level she's playing at.
Turk able to quiet the crowd a little bit with a 3. Her third 3 today.
That last bucket from Carvalho matches a career high at 16.
Just over a minute and a half to go. Holland will give it up to Carvalho, and she is bumped as she tries to get around, so that will not quite send her to the free throw line. That's foul number 4.
It was the left arm. You can't just put your arm on someone's back as you're trying to play defense, so good call there. Subs coming for UTRGV. We're going to see Natalie Reddy. We're going to see number 3, Daniela Azubel, senior guard from Edinburgh, Texas. And it looks like maybe the Vaqueros are going to let this one play out. Unbelievable defensive effort from the Wolverines. I can't get over the stat, Kyle.
Yeah.
40 points in the first half by UTRGV. 17 in the second. Phenomenal stuff.
Cortez can't connect.
Ooh, that one definitely was deflected off the Vaqueros. Grange hit it, and then a Vaquero player hit it. They are going to give it to UTRGV. It's probably inconsequential at this point. Oh, they're gonna review it, but to me, it's pretty clear.
It's close. Did it go off of brassless?
Maybe there's not enough video evidence there to overturn the call. They're gonna use slow motion replay here right next to us as the officials are looking at it. Nevertheless, Kyle, with 1:06 left and a 15-point lead, I think the Wolverines are gonna hang on and beat the Vaqueros, who are in second place in the conference. This is a critical victory because they now own the tiebreaker over UTRGV.
Yes.
So that will benefit them seeding one way or another because as we saw earlier in the broadcast, there's a 3-way tie for third. So there's really 4 teams battling for second through 5th. And if you have a tiebreaker in that scenario, that can definitely benefit you. More importantly, though, if you're the Wolverines, you got to go on the road and get a couple big road victories. But earning a second or even third seed for this Wolverine team would be a tremendous accomplishment. Again, if you weren't here in the first half, this Wolverine team was picked to finish in the bottom 3 of the conference.
Carvalho gets wrapped up. It'll be a jump ball, and we'll go back to the Wolverines. And for you fans at home, you also got to remember, in the Western Athletic Conference being Division I, California Baptist is not eligible for the tournament yet.
Right.
So they are tied for second place right now as well.
Tied for third.
Tied for third, technically. So take them out of the standings, and then you've got Utah Valley and UTRGV right up there. And the game against Kansas City is going to be huge.
Here's the preseason poll in which Utah Valley was finished to pick second to last. Bottom 3 in the conference, 17 media points. And that is not at all how the conference looks right now.
The landscape of this is totally different right now. The media did not do the best job when it came to picking, and that includes us.
I didn't have a vote, so I'm not going to take any part in saying that I did a bad job.
I was just trying to lessen the blow, saying that the media did a bad job. But anyways, we're past that. Carvalho barely gets the ball inside. She is getting hounded. Managed just to squeak through the defense. And no jump ball called yet, finally. Took 3 bodies on the floor to call the jump.
It's time to start thinking about who the player of the game is.
Oh, I don't want to think about it. It's too hard.
There are 5 Wolverines in double figures, Kyle. We're talking about Carvalho, Holland, Josie Williams. My gut reaction to player of the game is Josie Williams. She's not the leading scorer, but her effort in the second quarter changed the game. She's played over 20 minutes. It's been phenomenal stuff from Josie Williams, and I am really looking forward to talking to Coach Nixon. I want to know when and how things changed so drastically.
Yeah. Carvalho gets it bumped off of her leg, it looks like, under the basket. 29 seconds remain, and the Vaqueros will get the ball back.
We talked about this on Thursday, Kyle, on the broadcast against New Mexico State, but going into the fourth quarter, the Aggies were down by 18. And the Wolverines, although they lost the game, they were able to cut the lead to 4. And I said to you, as we were walking to our cars at the end of it, that fourth quarter is going to be huge.
Yep.
Just to get a little confidence and momentum and swag.
I do remember that.
And that definitely played a part in this win today, because they had the belief that they could overcome a double-digit lead, in which they did. They trailed by as many as 13, and they win by 15. Incredible stuff.
Such a great performance. We'll have a post-game interview with Coach Kathy Nixon here in a moment. But yeah, Matt, it's so hard to pick a player of the game. I don't even know where to start, really. But again, your final score, 72-57 for Utah Valley. We're going to take that quick break. We will be right back on UVU TV.
Adrenaline, passion, triumph. Moments that'll never be forgotten. The 2019 WAC basketball tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. March 13th through the 16th. Be a part of the madness. Get your tickets now at 801-863-7474 or at gouvu.com.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
Welcome back here on UVU TV. We're joined by Coach Kathy Nixon of the Wolverines. How and when did things change? Because it changed pretty drastically from the first half to the second half for you.
Well, I think it changed in the locker room. You know, you have to focus on what's going to help you be successful, and we got distracted in the first half with things that didn't really matter. The thing that we're trying to teach our players is that you only have so much emotional energy, and you have to manage it and really give it to the things that are going to help you be successful. So proud of them.
Oh, yeah.
So proud of them. RGV is a good team, really good team. 17 total points in the second half, and we gave up 24 in the first quarter.
40 in the first half.
Yeah. I think the catalyst really was Jordan Holland. If you focused on her and watched her fly around, she was covering space on the defensive end, flying down the floor. She was a great catalyst for us. Collective effort. I think what happened is that in the first half we got a little bit divided. You know, it was a little weird just with some of the distractions going on. Second half they came together, and I think that really showed.
Coach, as well as Jordan Holland, Maria Carvalho really came into her own today, was able to score the ball a lot more than she normally does. She distributed the ball well. When she's actually knocking down shots, what does that do to the defense and allow you to do offensively?
Yeah, we're a team that has, I don't know that we have any one player that you can focus on, and they've been kind of sagging off of Maria, sagging off of some of our other players, and they have the skills and abilities. We've been just trying to build their confidence in those things, and it's just great. It's fun to see him play like that. I get to see him play like that in practice. This team practices really well. Sometimes we come to the games and are a little tentative, but just really proud of him. We're entering that home stretch in the conference. Important week for us next week. Two respectable teams. We need to go on the road and play well, continue to build momentum into the last of the conference here.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck on the road, and we'll see you at the beginning of March.
Thank you.
That was Coach Nixon.
All right, thank you again for joining us here on the WAC Digital Network as well as UVU TV. And that is your final score. Utah Valley wins 72-57. We'll see you next time.